freaking wild arm workout, by the way. So I figured I'd show you my post workout meal. Switching it up a little bit today. Went over to Walmart Marketplace, but I got some wild caught whitefish. I don't get the farm raised fish. That's just disgusting. So we got two fillets. Each fillet is 21 grams of protein, 100 calories, and then I air fried a potato. I just kind of diced it up and threw it in the air fryer with a little bit of sea salt. No oil, no butter, none of that jazz. Just raw potato and fish. Throw a little salt and pepper on that bad boy. Maybe a little paprika on the fish. Might make it taste good. And then that's it. And I think, let's see, I don't even remember what I had for breakfast. I have to look. Eggs. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I ran out of eggs. That's when I got the fish. I went and got some organic brown eggs, which I like. But we had half a pound of ground beef instead of eggs this morning, and then a packet of oatmeal. So, and then I got to look at my book. I had something before I worked out. So this is meal number 3. And I'll probably have one more meal after this. It's like 5:30 right now. But that was a hell of an arm workout. We're gonna go in there and after I eat this, we'll go in there and we'll talk about it. All right. So see you soon. All right. That there was an arm workout. They feel good. So we started outside. I specifically wanted to start the triceps with this specific push down extension thingy. The cables on the inside were in use, so I just set up shop right here. But these are pretty good. I warmed them up a little bit. Then I warmed up the biceps. I warmed up the biceps more than I warmed up the triceps, but everything was like superset back and forth. Tricep, bicep today. But again, with these, when I do these single-handed, sometimes I'll grab a handle and I'll do them, but sometimes I just grab the little ball and just really kind of come out and squeeze as hard as the main focus is just coming in and squeezing the tricep as hard as I can within reason. Obviously, I don't want to pull something, but form, I don't have a problem with it. I mean, there's a little bit of movement in the torso, in the upper body, but it's nothing that's going to affect the exercise. You know, maybe towards the end, like that last rep, I'm just kind of like trying to get it. And I moved it over here. We just did. Okay, I'm like, we do some easy bar cable curls over here. Go the wider grip. I do like the inner grip too. So I like close grip and wide grip. A lot of times I alternate it, but I think I just kept it at the wide grip today. So you know what I look for right here, like when I'm watching myself, is is there any of this shit going on? I don't want that. I want the elbows. Like if you notice, my elbows they're almost in the same spot the entire for every rep. So there's very little movement. So I'm not all over here like this. It's just nice and rhythmic. This was the first set. Not bad. No, sir, not bad at all. Things got pretty wild inside, man. You will see. Right. Here we go, second set. Use a little bit of a different camera angle here. Hopefully you can see it good enough. Again, just coming, the way I'm coming up, obviously not letting the weights touch. I'm coming up when I'm all the way up and when I'm all the way down, the tension is constant on the tricep. There's never a rest period. Now the tension's a little bit less when you're when you're all the way up, but the tension's still there. So body straight, head's bobbing a little bit, but whatever. As long as the elbow is in the same spot. Like I just wanted to be in the same. I don't want my elbow moving all around like this while I'm doing it. You see see some of these guys in the gym. They're like this, bam, bam. It's like they're almost doing a pullover and they're trying to do their triceps. That's not really the way to do it. You're missing out if you're doing it that way. Good form will help you in your gains and your results. Anybody will tell you that. So, plus it help. Good proper form will help you from getting hurt. Right? Like, last thing I want to do is get freaking hurt at 48 years old. Right? I don't want to rip something. Oh God, I don't want to deal with that. Oh yeah, we okay. So 2 good sets to failure, and we go back over to the bicep curls, hitting the brachialis. All right, here we go. There we go. These actually felt pretty good. They felt good for 2 sets. It didn't feel good enough to do a 3rd set. Neither of them, neither the tricep exercise or the bicep. But it was a great opener. I mean, it got the blood flowing. Everything's completely warmed up at this point in time. Yeah, if you notice, like when I hit these sets outside, there's a lot more like pauses sometimes. Like right here, I'm pausing. It's just I'm trying to catch my breath. It's so hard to breathe when it's 99 degrees outside and the humidity is on full force out here in Florida, man. It's freaking nuts. So yeah, I was happy with those 2 sets. Then we go inside. Here's where things got a little wild. So I kind of went arm. Oh, okay. Well, first I did So I grabbed the 60s and I was like, no way, ain't happening. And then I went down to the 55s, and I was like, man, these even feel heavy right now. I can do 60s usually with no problem, like 6 to 8 reps, but that shit wasn't happening today, pardon my French. So I just grabbed the 50s. I knew I would get a decent amount of reps with these, and I did. And, now with these, it's really hard to not move your body at all. Now, if you notice, like, there is a little bit, I wouldn't call it swing. It's more like I'm kind of twisting my body to twist the bicep and just really squeeze the bicep. So it's like, like this, as opposed to just sitting there like this, right? Because that would feel really awkward. So, yeah, not swing, but I think the form is perfectly fine. You start grabbing them. Wait, you see that one guy? Oh man, I forget his name. I think some people think he's serious, but he has to be joking. He grabs like the 100-pound dumbbells, and he's like this, like this, and he does like 3 reps and then drops the weight. But some people really do ego lift like that, and they think they're growing their arms. And I mean, maybe you are to a certain degree, but I mean, if you just drop the weight to a comfortable weight where you can actually do good form and really squeeze the muscle, you're 1,000 times better off. I mean, and anybody will tell you that. It's not just me. So the rope extensions, these were pretty good. Not bad. We went to failure. Everything from here on out pretty much is to failure. Now here I'm doing some concentration curls, and when I was over at the dumbbell rack grabbing one of the weight, I think I have a 35 here. When I was grabbing it, I was holding on to the upper rack, and I'm like, I just did like a feeler rep, and I was like, man, what? I haven't done these in so long. And this is Arnold style right here. If you ever seen Pump and Iron, he used to do his concentration curls like this, at least in that documentary. So that's what I did. I haven't done these in, I don't even remember, years, but they felt absolutely phenomenal. Unfortunately, on this set, you're kind of missing some of the form because the camera's cut off, but I did switch the angle up. I noticed that, but so I changed up the angle a little bit, but you can still see, like, there's no jerking with the weight. The elbow is staying. It's pretty stationary. It's just this right here. It's just a concentration curl, and man, after this first set, I mean, oh my gosh, this felt so good that I knew I was going to do another set, hands down. I knew I was going to go further. That's how good these felt. And it's just a little bit of a different angle versus like sometimes I sit down and I brace my elbow and my tricep up against my knee and I kind of like can do it, and that's fine too. Those feel really good, but the standing up doing them just hit different today, man. That was a whole different ball game. We go back over to the ropes, elbow remaining in the same shoulders and elbow, all the whole upper arm is just remaining for the most part in the same exact spot, and it's just all tricep right here. There's no jerking. I had to reposition my footing here a little bit, but that's okay. He's got heavy. I went to failure on that. I was happy with these sets, and then I switched it up a little bit. You'll be able to see the form a little bit better here. Arm looks pretty good when it's. I love when my arms are pumped, man. They literally look twice the size. It's freaking crazy. But if you notice, yeah, see, it's a nice rhythmic flow. I'm not, you know, again, I'm not like using my body to jerk the weight up or anything. It's just all like 100% bicep right here, which is really nice. That's what I want. These guys, and that 35, man, let me tell you, that puppy was heavy. I think I did it. Yeah. I did a drop set here. So I went from 35 to 25, and I just did a few more squeezing reps. The bicep, I thought my biceps were gonna fall off my arm, man. They felt so incredibly good, and the pump was just absolutely magnificent today. I mean, it was amazing arm pump today. I felt like I was gonna. I felt like the sleeves were gonna rip on my shirt. That's a good arm pump when you have that feeling. Yeah, you can see, yeah, and this is a good angle too. You can really see like because when I'm coming up, I'm kind of like almost twisting the wrist in you know like a curl. Like I'm not keeping it like this. It's just like curling the wrist and the bicep, right? Feels really good. I notice on any kind of bicep curl, even on a preacher curl, whether it's any kind of bicep movement, when I have a looser grip on the dumbbell, barbell, uh, the handle, whatever I'm using, when I just kind of hold it just tight enough to where it's not going to slip out of my hand, I notice that it puts maybe it's just psychological. There's more tension on the bicep. So when I squeeze really hard, it kind of takes away from the actual work in the bicep. It just feels like it's working the bicep more when I have a little bit more of a relaxed grip, but not too relaxed. Because again, I don't want the weight to fall out of my hand. Back over to the ropes. I think I kept this the same weight, but if I remember correctly, we did a drop set here. Okay, I had a little bit of an issue there. So we went straight to failure, and then we do a drop set. Triceps are on fire, biceps are on fire. Form looks good. Pump is there. Everything was just amazing with this workout. Those concentration curls really did my arms in, man. Those things just felt absolutely amazing. Come right back over here. And I mean, obviously, when you're doing a standing concentration curl, you got to hold on to something so that you can lean over, right? I mean, you could hold on kind of brace your one arm on your leg. I think it's easier like this, just kind of hold on to something. But the form looks good. The upper arm is it's stationary. Elbow's not all over the place. Squeezing the ever loving heck out of my biceps, and yeah, totally pleased with this. We did another drop set, so we went 35 to 25. Not bad. I mean, even my forearms were getting a sick workout with these, because there's a lot. I mean, when you train your biceps, there's a lot of forearm in there. I think when I train back, Back has probably more forearm than when you're training your biceps. You're just pulling on everything. So, but when you train your biceps and your triceps, you're definitely hitting your forearms pretty good. I'm running out of breath here, man. I'm starting to die at this point. I'm running out of gas. Well, not quite. We're at about a quarter of a tank here. So good form. Body is pretty much, motionless. Upper arm is motionless. It's just that bicep pulling everything up. Went to failure here. When I do biceps, I try to be a little bit careful as to when at what point I go to failure and stop, because it's a little bit different than triceps. Like I have seen too many people, go to failure and they're straining so hard and then pop, they pop a freaking tendon. I don't want to do that. So I'll go to failure within reason. Like I'm not gonna push myself well beyond. I'm not gonna push myself as hard as I would on a skull crusher. Let's put it that way. Because tricep, I mean, I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe the tricep is a stronger muscle than the bicep. So let's see here. I just kind of did a little bit of a different angle. You can see just just coming straight down with the rope. You can see and again, my whole body is motionless. Elbows are stationary. It's just all tricep right here. These felt really good. The rope pushdowns they were a good choice today. They felt absolutely phenomenal. And we do another drop set here. These things are freaking my arm. I mean, I can feel my arms right now, man. They are really weak, but they feel absolutely amazing, man. Like absolutely amazing. So let's see what we got here. Just kind of looking at some of the other clips that are coming up. So that was it. 3 sets of the concentration curls, 1 set of alternating dumbbell curl, 4 sets of rope. Not bad. So we just came over here, did some machine. I love this machine. It's pretty good. I had contemplated going over to the dip machine and just doing free body weight dips, but I don't think I would have gotten very many because my triceps were pretty tired at this point. We definitely accomplished what I accomplished what I came to do at the gym today. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm like, man, I can't go any further. I couldn't get that last rep. It was just, and the sweat was coming on the handle. I thought my hand was gonna slip off at one point. You can see here, yeah, I'm wiping, like making sure my hands are dry, but my pants are all sweaty, so I'm just, like, kind of making it worse. Even I'm trying to use my shirt, and I'm like, screw it. Just got to hold on to it tight, But good form. I don't have a problem with this. I mean, again, and I said this in the last video when I did arms. When I did these last week, this is a hard exercise to really mess up unless you're not coming all the way up and coming down, or you're slamming the weight down in between reps. The machine is designed for you to do it properly, So, and I think that is it for the triceps. And of course, you know me. I go over to the preacher curl. Mike Mentzer said years ago that the palms up bicep pull down is the greatest exercise for your biceps in the world. That was his words. I have to disagree with that. I think the palms up pull down was the best bicep exercise for Mike Mentzer. I think he obviously he thought that was the best for him, right? I think it's subjective. I think some people may think that, for some people it's dumbbell curls, right? Alternating dumbbell curls. For some people it's, like me, it's preacher curl. Like I think preacher curl is the best bicep exercise. But for me, other people, they may say concentration curls are the best. So it's subjective, So just because Mike Mentzer thought it was the greatest for him, doesn't really mean the best for everybody. That being said, I think the palms up pull down is a very good exercise for your biceps. I do incorporate that. Obviously, you've seen in the videos, so I'm not knocking it. I think it's just to each their own. I guess I'm trying to say. So we just went back and forth here. I had to drop the weight a little bit a couple times. These things got freaking heavy. I think I started with 50, maybe, like a 5 plates, something like that. And then I think I dropped it to 4, or I may have dropped it to 3. I don't really remember, but these things got. I'm like running on fumes. There's really like nothing left in me. To be honest, I was gonna do calves today, but I was just so exhausted after this arm workout that I said, you know what, we'll do calves. We'll do calves a different day, maybe on chest day in 2 days. So calves were just, they were not happening, man, because I had to do my cardio too. So I had to do a half-hour cardio. So there's no way I was going to be able to fit calves in there too. Yeah, I'm dying at this point, man. Like I could have stopped right here. It would have been perfectly fine. I mean, the biceps were completely pumped, full of blood, and just completely annihilated from the workout. So but took it a little bit further. So I think it was 8 sets of biceps, 7 sets of triceps. Not bad. Oh yeah. Wait a minute. I'm not done. Just a little rest pause here. I think I cranked out a few more. I don't think many though. Let's see. But and again, just to talk about the form. The form's good. I'm not slamming the weight down. It's just a nice rhythmic move, squeezing up at the top. Unless you're acting like a clown. It's kind of hard to mess these up because the machine is designed for you to do it the right way. Unless, you're just like acting like a knucklehead on there. And I have no problem with like kind of twisting my torso a little bit to do these, as long as the bicep is staying, right in front of me, and I'm getting a nice squeeze. That was it, man. I am toast. Stick a fork in me, man. What do we do here? Oh, not bad. They're so pumped, I can barely even squeeze them, like to flex them. It was like it literally was hard to flex the arms right here, but they look pretty good. Not bad. Pretty pumped up. I was totally satisfied with this workout. I have 0 problems with it. And, they're just ridiculously sore right now and very tired. So, yeah. Mission accomplished. Put a check mark next to the arm workout right now. I'm starting to see a little bit of vascularity in there, too. The vascularity, yeah, so like I was saying before I got cut off there, the vascularity, like certain lighting, you'll see a lot more veins in the arms, whereas when it's like a lighting like this where it's very lit, even when I drop the exposure in the shadows and stuff, you really can't. It just looks better in certain lighting, but it's kind of hard to find good lighting here at this gym because there's just fluorescent lights everywhere. Like there's no certain section of the gym where it's better to do a pose down than the other. Now, there is a section outside. I think I mentioned this the other day after the back workout. At nighttime, they have this in front of this one squat rack. They have this like blue and white. It's almost like a neon kind of light. When that's on, I've hit some poses in front of that before, man. Dude, that looks sick. And I want to get some video of that. But I think when I did the back workout, there was a couple of ladies out there doing abs like right there. So I couldn't do it. But we'll have to get in front of that on the next arm workout. We'll save the next arm workout for the nighttime so we can get in front of that awesome lighting. But yeah, overall, this was a good workout. I'm very happy with it. Arms are ridiculously sore, and I hope you guys like the workout. If you haven't been to the gym yet, get your ass to the gym. And it is 6:00 p.m. and I have have to throw this video up. I'll probably throw it up a little later. Right now, I have online classes that I have to do. I've been taking classes on the weekends for something. We'll talk about that later. So, have a great Saturday night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow for legs.